Okay, yogis, I hope you can find me here. I just shifted. Take two. It was not any internet problems. It was me problems. So hopefully let's just wait and see if somebody can find me. Just pause for a moment. So important to be able to pause. I was Yo-Yo Ma on Sunday did this amazing live concert on YouTube, and he had no sound, and then at one point there was no picture, and my friends said, well, you shouldn't feel bad if Yo-Yo Ma has technical problems with all of this, then you're doing just fine. And so I thought that was kind of nice to hear. So just see. Good. Take two. Good. Great. There we go. See how this is. Okay, yogis. So, I'm sorry if you are having problems with the getting on. It actually seems to be working fine on my side. It's just I had it on private view instead of public view. So hopefully you can find me. I need to practice today. I'm going to practice every day. So hopefully you'll find me and practice with me. So here we go. Finding our seat, just letting yourself drop in. As you drop in today, just allow yourself to just feel this present moment. And just begin to let all of what we cannot control, let that go. One of the more difficult challenges that we have all been going through is just to let go and be present and to be whole and to be peaceful during these past weeks, and then worrying about the future and how we should live. Can we begin again and beginning to let go of that as well? Obviously there's planning and thinking that must come into play, but again, what is that part of it that we can't control? And just drop back into this present moment of all that we do have, all that is right here in front of us, serving us with this sweetness, right? This breath as it comes in and out. This place that we sit, this way that we watch and come together. This present moment, this gift of all of that. And just allow yourself to drop into this practice. Settling the mind, settling the body in, right? Just take your breath. Inhales and exhales. And move this breath into that pranayama of Ujjayi pranayama, that breath, a slight narrowing into the back of the throat, creating vibration of the vocal cords, creating sound, calming our nervous system. And just allowing us to drop in, focusing the mind towards the breath and releasing again that which doesn't serve us, that which we have no control. Bringing your palms together at your heart center, just bowing into your heart, moving from that head down into the heart over and over again. And then very softly bring the hands down onto the earth. You might slide a prop in underneath your hands and just let yourself rock slightly side to side. And just let that head go as well. So as you rock, just allowing movement and shape, allowing the breath to just guide you. And you might find you walk out a little bit more, opening up that lower back, the outer hips, lengthening through the spine. And then take a nice breath here and inhale. Soft exhale out through the mouth. And from here, slowly walking yourself back up. And we're going to take these arms, reach them up to the sky. And as you do, begin to circle these wrists one direction. And then take and circle these wrists the other direction. Beautiful. And then reach them nice and long, these arms, these fingertips to the sky. And then taking that right hand, bringing it down onto the earth. This left arm reaches up and over, coming into a nice side stretch here. Breathing in and breathing out. Yeah, feel that nice space come into the left ribs. And again, you might move that head slightly up and down, just slow movements. One more breath here, nice big inhale, and then exhale. And then take this top arm, just bring it to your heart center, and just bow in a little bit. Lift the belly button in and up, and drop the head in, and get some nice space into the back of your body. Bowing in. One more breath here, should feel sweet as you open up, bringing space into your body and your mind. And then slowly begin to lift the belly button, lengthen the spine. Take that top arm back up to the sky, and then lift. Both arms come back up. Take a nice inhale. And then bringing that left hand down onto the earth, right hand reaches up, and then over, finding your way. You can always, again, have these props so it doesn't go so deep, and you can find a space of breathing in and breathing out. Same thing, just move the head slightly. Perfect. Take a nice inhale, grow a little longer. Exhale, melt into it. You can always walk those fingertips out, possibly. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then lift the belly button in and up. Bring that top arm, that palm into your heart center, and just allow yourself to kind of roll in, to bow in a little bit. And feel that space at the back of the body into that top shoulder. 2 more breaths here. One more breath. Beautiful. And then begin to lift the belly button, lengthen the spine, take that top arm back up to the sky, and let that opposite arm follow. Take a nice breath here. Inhale. And then hands come down to your heart center as you bow back into your heart, into this present moment. Releasing the thoughts as much as possible, dropping into love and kindness. And then we're going to switch these legs. So you might take and give them a little extension, a little rub, and then bringing the opposite leg in front, reestablishing your seat, spreading those sit bones. Nice. And then from here, just bring the hands down, earth, or you might take a prop and bring it underneath the fingertips and just rock slightly side to side. Let the head go. Breathing in, breathing out. Should feel good. You can always walk a little bit further out. And just listen to the breath. Let it soften you. Let it relax you. Let it focus that mind. And then slowly walking the hands back up. And then as you do, we're going to take these arms, sweep them up to the sky again. Good. We're going to circle the wrist the other direction. So just notice what's not habitual, what's not natural, and do that. Notice your reaction. Perfect. Take a nice inhale, grow long. And we're going to take this right hand across to the left knee, and the left hand's going to come behind, grow long on that inhale. And then begin to take a nice soft twist, belly, ribs, heart. Twisting out, again, that which doesn't serve us, that obsession of trying to control so much. Let it go. Yeah, and one more breath here. And then very slowly, we're going to take these arms, unravel, take both arms back up to the sky. And then take that opposite arm to the opposite knee, taking a nice inhale, grow long. And then exhale, begin to take this twist, gentle through that center line, opening up the heart. 2 more breaths. 1 more sweet breath. And then slowly unraveling. Both arms reach back up to the sky. And then palms together, draw back into your heart center. Breathing in and breathing out. And we're going to move here and come to hands and knees, tabletop position. So you might find you take that blanket across your mat for your knees if you like. Always that option. Place your palms onto the earth, underneath your shoulders, and knees underneath the hips. And we're just going to rock the hips side to side. As you do, just feel space come into the ribs. Good. Into the waist. And then come back to neutral. We're going to take and lift these feet, and we're going to circle those ankles. Get length into the spine, belly button, drawing in. Not collapsing anywhere. And then take the ankles, circle them the other direction. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to curl the right toes under. That's it. And we're going to just sit back towards that right foot. So as you do, just get some nice stretch into the sole of the foot, the toes. Massage a little bit. Nice. Take your breath. And then slowly come back up, releasing those toes. And we're going to curl the left toes under and sit back into that left heel. Getting a nice stretch, a toe stretch. Good. 2 more. 1 more. And then slowly coming back up, tabletop, releasing those toes. We're going to move into cow pose and curl both toes under, lifting the chest, heart goes forward, tail reaches behind. And then as you release the toes, begin to round your spine to the sky, tucking the chin slightly, breathing into the back of the body. And then again, inhale, lift the chest, curl the toes under, lovely movement of the spine. And then exhale as you round into that cat. Good, one more round like that. Inhale as we lift our chest, curl our toes under. And exhale as you round into that cat. Beautiful. From here, back to that neutral spine. We're going to take that right leg, reach it behind, curl the toes under, sit back into the heel, massage that calf. Love this kind of awakening of all parts of the body. As we move through the body, nice massage up the back of the leg. Good. One more breath here as you exhale down into the heel. And then coming back nice and neutral, we're going to lift this right leg up. So now we have that long line from the crown of head to the heel of the foot. Gaze out in front and play with it. Take the left hand out in front as well. Focus your gaze in one spot. Breathing. 2 more breaths. Lift the core. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Bring that left hand down. From here, lift that right leg, lift the chest, open up the heart. This time, we're going to bend the elbows behind us a little bit, lowering just a few inches, and then come back up. Keep that right leg lifted. And then again, exhale, bend the elbows behind you, open up that heart, and come back up. Good, last one. Elbows bend behind you. You don't go so low that they start splaying out, and come back up. Really nice. Take a nice inhale. And then cross this right leg over the left. Toes stay curled under. Get a nice stretch as you reach round with that gaze towards those left toes. Breathing into that right hip, that right rib cage. Inhales and exhales. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. And then coming back through to center, bring that right knee down. We're going to let the knees come nice and wide. Toes come towards each other. They can touch or not, up to you. And just shimmy yourself down into that child's pose. You can always place a blanket or a prop behind those knees, right? So you don't go so deep, and it kind of supports you and allows you to release. Take a few breaths here. Forearms can stay on the earth, just allowing the lower back, inner thighs to open up. 1 more breath. And then coming back up, back to that tabletop hands and knees position. We're going to take this left leg, reach it behind you, toes curl under, and then sit back into that heel, get that nice stretch at the back of the leg. Breathing in, breathing out. Take your time, nice massage. Good, 1 more breath. And then from here, shoulders over the wrist, belly button draws in. We're going to lift that left leg off the earth. So now we have that nice long line. Focus your gaze. And then take that right hand and play with reaching it out in front. Breathing. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then bring that right hand down. We're going to lift our chest, lift that leg, nice stretch into the front of the body. Good, and exhale. Take a nice inhale. And then from here, bend the elbows behind you, keeping them close to the rib, and come back up. Good, 2 more like that. Bend the elbows, chest and collarbones are open, and come back up. Lift the belly button. 1 more. Bend the elbows and come back up. Really nice. Cross those left toes over the right. Take a nice inhale, grow long. And then exhale, reach around. Take a gaze over to those toes, breathing into that left hip, the left rib cage. Should feel nice. Good. One more breath here. And then slowly spine goes long again. We're going to lift that left leg and then bring that left knee down as we slide back down into our child's pose. And just let your heels, your sit bones melt towards the heels, but they don't have to touch. But this time, we're going to take that left arm, reach it out in front. You might bend that right arm a little bit, just getting some nice release into the kind of armpit on that left arm, that outer edge of the shoulder. Take your breath so that palm against the mat, kind of creating length and extension. One more breath. And then slowly from here, sliding that left arm back. We're going to take this right arm, reach it out, palm down, kind of sit back a little bit more, get that nice length along the outside of that right shoulder, that armpit. Let the head go. Good. 2 more breaths here. Just feel that nice space coming into the body. 1 more breath. And then as you slide back, we're going to come back up, tabletop, hands and knees. And this time we're going to curl our toes under to move to a downward facing dog. You might even play with, if you have them, sliding some blocks underneath your hands. I love kind of getting that first dog with a little bit of lift. Or if you're not a downward dog person today, you can always come back into that child and have the arms long. So whatever it is for you, I'm using the blocks just to show you that you can. And keep your feet a little bit wider. And just allow yourself to move side to side. Relax the neck. Remember, just letting go of some of those thoughts that don't serve you. And just being present for this beautiful day, this beautiful Tuesday. Let the head go. Inhales and exhales down into the heels. 1 more breath here. Good. And if you're in that child's pose, we're going to come up towards tabletop, and we're all going to make our way to the front of the mat. So just small little steps. And again, you might keep a prop there. I want you to take these hands, slide them to the tops of the thighs, get length in the spine, shoulders melting away from the ears. And then from here, just let yourself rock a little bit side to side. And then let the head begin to go. Again, hands on the thighs, feet a little bit wider, just to support this first standing forward fold. Breathing in and out. Let the head go. Beautiful. From here, lift the belly button in and up. We're going to find that half lift again, long spine. And this time, let yourself melt. Maybe the hands stay on the thighs, or maybe they melt down nice and long to the earth. You can always use a prop as well. And a little bit of that movement as you drape like a monkey. Side to side, relax the toes. Beautiful. From here, we're going to keep that left hand onto the earth or onto a prop. We're just going to take this right hand, just reach it out to the side, and then bring it into your lower back. And then just let yourself go again. Breathing in and out. And then begin to just draw that belly button in. Bend the left knee. Take a small twist. Again, early in our practice, just a small twist to the right. Another breath. And then slowly release down, bringing that right hand back down. A little bit of that movement here again. And in between, lift the belly, slide the hands to the thighs, back, nice long spine. And then then let yourself drape again. Arms can drape down like a monkey. Let that head go. Little bit more here, so that right hand either onto the earth or onto a block. That left hand's gonna reach out to the side. That right knee's gonna bend. And that left hand comes into the lower back with the palm facing out. Take a breath. And then begin to draw that navel to spine as you take a little twist here. Doesn't need to be big. Just feel the backs of the legs, that lifting of the pelvic floor. Beautiful. And then slowly releasing back down. Find those hands, bring them back to the tops of the thighs. Half lift, knees are softer. Good. And then from here, push into the hands and slowly begin to come back up. Gaze out in front. Take a pause there. Open up that heart. Find the balance. We were over for a while, so just take a pause. And then bring these hands to your heart center. Feet come a little bit more underneath you. Stand nice and tall and just bow into this present moment here. Releasing again endlessly that which doesn't serve you. Letting go of trying to control everything. And just being present for yourself for this moment. Beautiful. Take a nice inhale. Sweep your arms up to the sky, so get some nice big reach here. We're gonna hook the thumbs and reach a little bit longer. Take this over to the right, get that nice stretch into the side body. And then from here, staying with that stretch, you're gonna release that right arm, bring it down to your right thigh, take another breath, and then just exhale, let the fingertips slide down the leg. It's slow, it's subtle. There's lots of lifting of the core here. Beautiful, one more breath. And then slowly belly button draws in. Both arms come back up. You're gonna switch the hook of the thumbs. Find that again, different direction. Take a nice inhale, grow long. Exhale over to the left. Belly button draws in. And stay reaching through the body. Good. And then keep that lift, really find that pelvic floor and letting that bottom arm release to the thigh and just inhale and just let it slide down slightly, but with lots of lifting. Good, one more breath. And then slowly coming back up, both arms reach up to the sky, open up that heart and bring the hands down into your heart center. Again, palms to your heart center. We're gonna take another inhale, sweep these arms way up to the sky, and then very slowly we're gonna begin to drape them down alongside our bodies, bringing the hands behind us, palms turned in. Take and lift the heart, exhale, open it up, shoulders down the back of the body. From here, take an inhale, sit through into your chair pose. Exhale as you arrive, so knees over ankles, inner thighs lifting, pelvic floor lifting. Yeah, just find length into the arms. One more breath here. Take a nice inhale, grow long again. And same thing with that exhale, begin to brush the walls of the arms, come down, but then a little bit behind us. Palms turn towards each other, heart opens with those exhales. Inhale, sit back into your chair. Stay for the exhale, 2 breaths here. Just kind of awakening the body, the whole body in this chair pose. One more breath. And then here we go, inhale. We're gonna grow long. And again, brush the walls with that exhale. And as you do, the arms reach a little bit behind you, palms turning in. Find your breath. And on each exhale, that heart lifts. Here we move again. Last one, inhale to your chair. Stay for the exhale for 2 breaths. Again, feel the belly drawing in. Slight tuck of the tail. Lots of energy from the feet to the fingertips. One more breath. Beautiful. From here, come all the way up again. This time, as you take and brush the walls with these fingertips, arms come down a little bit behind you, palms turning towards each other. Interlace these hands. Roll the shoulders and then soften them away from the ears. Take your time. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. 2 more breaths. Good. Stay. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Lift your gaze out in front. And we're just going to release these arms down alongside our body, standing tall into that Tadasana. Gaze out in front. We're going to take this right leg and we're just going to step it back, bringing that right foot down onto the earth. So get your stance a little bit longer. The toes are turning out to about 2 o'clock. That left knee over that left ankle. And that right hip, bring your hands to your hips and let that right hip just kind of roll into neutral. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1 footing, right? Lift the pelvic floor, slight tuck of the tail, gaze out in front here. Let the toes on that front foot especially, let them relax. And then sweep the arms up to the sky. Take that nice inhale and that exhale. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, feel that energy from that back leg. And that exhale. 1 more breath. And that exhale. Love it. From here, we're going to open up, finding that warrior 2. So the stance will come a little bit longer. Arms can be out to a T, or you might bring them to your waist, whatever feels right. And just settle here. Breathing in, breathing out. So important. Good. 1 more breath. Perfect. From here, we're going to take that back hand and bring it down to that thigh, this front arm. That palm turns up, heart opens, and then reach that those fingertips up to the sky. Lift the belly. And just a nice reverse warrior, building strength in the legs. Gaze can be down or gaze can be up. It's really up to you. Take your time here. 1 more breath, reverse warrior, nice stretch into the waist and the ribs. And then slowly, we're going to come back towards that warrior 2. Bring that forearm down. That back arm reaches up and over as we come into this nice side stretch here. Take your time, legs are working, so just see if you can energize them, lift the pelvic floor, and then slow, take this top arm, bring that palm facing out, bring that hand into the lower back. And open up that heart. Opening up those shoulders. Not forceful, gentle. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then as we release, we're going to bring these hands down to either side of that left foot. And we're going to take and bring this right knee down to the earth. Yeah. Settle in. Slide those props in if you're using them. Take a nice inhale, grow long, and then exhale, extend that left leg long. So get that nice sort of hamstring stretch, but take your time to move into it. Slow breaths, slow connected movement. Getting length all the way through the body. So from the back of that left heel all the way up the leg, the spine, neck and shoulders. So try not to just bring that mind and land focused on that hamstring. Feel the whole body. 1 more breath here. Feels good this morning. And then slowly, we're going to bring that left foot back down onto the earth. And we're going to lift these right toes up and then step forward again. So maybe it's 1 big step, or maybe it's a few little steps. Take your time. And again, slide the hands to the tops of those thighs or knees and get that nice length into the spine. Heart opens. And then melt. Find that forward fold here, that kind of monkey pose. Feet are a little bit wider. And then from here, again, hands come to the tops of the knees or thighs, bend the knees, and then long spine as you begin to come all the way up, gaze out in front. And open up that heart again. I'm gonna move to the other side. Take your time. And then from here, we're gonna take this left foot and we're gonna step it back, finding that warrior one on the other side. So toes are turned out about 45, and that feel that back heel, that inner arch, feel all the toes. And then let this front knee, let it be over those toes, sort of at a 90 degree. Bring the hands to the hips and just roll this hip forward, that straight leg hip, gaze out in front. And then slow, lift the arms up. You can always keep them down, working the legs a little bit. Just relax into this as much as possible. Slight tuck of the tail, lift of the pubic bone. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Beautiful, and then we get to move, opening this up, warrior 2. So that stance shifts, the feet come a little bit wider, longer, and we find that we're bending into that front leg. Yeah, and the toes open up on that back leg. Lots of energy all the way through this center line to the crown of the head. Arms reach out or can be at the hips, up to you. Go into this, feel the breath, feel the opening of the front of the hips. Bring that back hand down, finding that thigh. Front palm turns up, reach to the sky. And a little bit of this reverse warrior. Belly draws in and up, so supported, and breathing into that rib cage. Inhales and exhales. 1 more breath here, right? Don't be pushy with it, just take your time. And then as we come back up to that warrior 2, we're gonna shift again. That front arm or forearm comes down to the top of the thigh, and that back arm reaches up and over. Good, get that nice stretch, energy, back foot to the fingertips. 1 more breath like this. And then taking that top arm, we're gonna then wrap it into our lower back, palm facing out, lift the belly button in and up, and open up that heart. Good, 1 more breath. Really nice. Good, from here, we're gonna come back up towards our warrior 2. Take your breath here. And then cartwheel the hands over and bring them down either side of that right foot. And that left knee comes down to the earth. Beautiful. Slide those props in if you like, under the hands. And then begin to extend that front leg. Get that nice stretch, but not forceful. Breathing in and breathing out all the way from the back of that heel up the leg, through that glute, up the spine. 1 more breath. Should feel nice. And then slowly, we're gonna bring that front foot back down. We're gonna lift that back leg up, but we're gonna walk around and come into this nice wide stance here. So toes are turning forward and a little bit in, just not out. And if you have those blocks, you can bring them underneath the hands. Get some length into that spine there. Tail reaching behind, belly drawing in, shoulders away from the ears. Take a nice breath. 1 more. Inhale. Beautiful. And then exhale as you fold into this. That block might walk back. You might not use the block. Letting that crown of head melt towards the earth. And hands, you can always wrap them around the backs of the legs, the calves, let the head go. You might find a yogi toe walk. Just remember to breathe, find that little bit of movement. Good. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. Find that nice long spine again, fingertips underneath the shoulders. Turning those toes out, front toes out, walking back. And then from here, stepping forward, one big step, or lots of little steps. Feet are wide, hands to the thighs, long spine. And then bend the knees, and really let yourself drape here. Rock a little bit, in and out. Beautiful. And then again, hands come to the tops of those knees or thighs, long spine, and then come all the way up. Nice and slow, lots of core to protect the back. As you do, stand nice and tall here. Hands down alongside your body. And just feel this nice energy into your body. One more breath. And then from here, bring these feet a little bit more underneath you. And we're going to take these hands, bring them back to our heart center. We're going to step this right foot back, a little bit more of those standing poses. And we're going to find that warrior one again. So that back heel is down onto the earth. And the hips are closed. So that right hip is rolling into neutral. Palms together to start. Take your breath. And from here, take these arms, reach them up to the sky, nice and long. And then as you do, begin to brush the sidewall. Same kind of gesture we did before. Arms reach a little bit behind. And then from here, we're going to interlace those hands. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears and open up this heart. Try not to yank on your body. Remember, nice, gentle, slow movement. Finding the breath to open and energize our body. Take a nice inhale here. And then just slowly begin to come forward. So you can keep the hands behind the back, that lower back, or you might bring the hands onto that top thigh. That's the one I'm going to teach today. So releasing the hands, bringing them to the top of that thigh, and then just support this as you let the head go. You can always, again, have the arms behind you. This modified humble warrior. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath. Find your balance. Eyes might be open to help with that balance. Lift the belly button in and up. Push into that top left thigh to help you come back up. Gaze out in front. Hands come to the hips. And we're going to step forward. Good. Come right into that Tadasana. Inhales and exhales. Breathing here. One more breath. Perfect. Now, coming to the other side. So we're going to take and step that left foot back, coming into that warrior one footing. And it doesn't need to be really deep, just find what's right for you in this practice. Hands can come to the hips, that left hip kind of rolling into neutral. So a little bit more of a closed hip than you would find in a warrior two. And then from here, just sweep the arms up to the sky, get that nice reach, that exhale. And then as you again reach long, brush the sidewalls and let these hands reach behind you so you can kind of take them behind. And you might then move into that interlacing of the hands, or you might leave that out. Take a breath, and that exhale opens up your heart wherever you are. And then begin to fold forward, hands either interlace behind you, or they find that top thigh. Take a breath, inhale, grow long. And then just begin to kind of fold forward. Feel that back foot helping you reach forward. And then eventually just let that head go, let the shoulders round. I encourage eyes to be open for balance. Good. Last standing pose, so just feel a nice space up the spine, into the back of that neck. One more breath. Good. Lift the belly button in and up as we push into that top knee to come up. Gaze out in front, and then step forward. Shake it out a little bit. Should feel really nice. Good. And now from here, we're going to bring this down. Just do some nice work on the floor, and then get on with our day. So hands to your heart center. Take a nice inhale, grow long, open up this heart. This time palms together, bend the knees as you exhale and fold. Half lift, hands to the thighs. Plant the hands again. We're going to make our way back. Options, downward facing dog. Or come down with the knees and move into that child pose. So whatever feels right, I'm going to just take a downward dog here. So again, knees can be down in child. Or this nice lengthening of the spine as you melt down into the heels. Good. One more breath. And then slowly, if you're in your downward dog, bring these knees down. Good. Release the toes for all of us and slide into that child. Get that length. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath. And then slowly just make your way around, finding your back. So as you lay down onto your back, keep the knees bent, soles of the feet onto the earth. Should feel nice. Rock those knees a little bit side to side, just kind of space into the lower back. Heart is open. A little bit of that rocking, those windshield wipers. Perfect. And then from here, let the knees be over the ankles. We're going to draw this right leg in, give it a nice hug. Just make some nice circles now with that right hip. Just one direction, that right knee. Again, energizing all the bits and pieces of the body today to just enjoy this beautiful sunny Tuesday. Take it with us, letting go again endlessly of what we can't control. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to take this right leg, draw it in a little bit more, extend the leg to the sky, get that nice length into the back of that leg. We found a little bit of this earlier when we were in our lunge. Breathing in, breathing out. Pushing through the heel, belly and spine, dropping down into the earth. One more breath. And then ever so slowly, draw that right knee back in. We're going to take this left knee in as well. And then from here, we're going to take a twist over to the left. So hands might come down alongside your body, or you might just help guide those knees. I'm going to encourage as well, maybe a blanket, maybe a block underneath those knees or that thigh. And that opposite arm, it might open to a T, it might come to a cactus, or you might just find you place that hand onto your rib cage and open up those shoulders. Yeah, breathing in, breathing out. Just let yourself go. Nice little space into the outer hip, lower back, heart center, and you can always take that gaze over the opposite direction of the legs. Beautiful. Now just bring these knees back in, giving them both a hug. Massage that lower back, whatever it is for you that feels good. I like to open my knees a little bit wider. And then from here, let that right foot, for me, come down onto the earth. Draw that left leg in, nice hug. And then just begin to make some circles one direction. Beautiful. And then head the other direction. Perfect. Come back through to center. Slide this leg long, hands come behind it, and just feel some nice length into the back of that leg. Belly to spine, and spine down to the earth.
heart is open. Just taking 2 breaths here. Doesn't need to be a locked leg. You can find a little softness and a little extension with the exhales. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to very slowly draw this left knee into the chest. Give it a hug. Let that right knee follow. This is just one way to come into the twist. You can always keep your feet onto the earth as well. I'm going to place this block to the outer edge of my right thigh, and then these knees can drape over, finding that thigh. Yeah, so letting it support the thighs or knees, and then maybe that arm comes out to a T if that feels spacious and not stressful into the shoulder. You can also bring that palm down onto the rib cage and open up there. Take your breath, inhales and exhales. Just staying here, 3 breaths. Gaze might be over that shoulder, the opposite direction of the knees. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then slowly drawing the knees back in, both knees into your chest. A nice little hug here. Rock a little bit. If you want, you can open the knees wider. You might even come into a happy baby if that feels right in your practice. Nice gentle practice today. So just take your time. Nice. And then sliding the soles of the feet onto the earth, we're just going to take a supported bridge pose. So you either have a block or maybe you have that towel or blanket that I have suggested you have. I'm going to just use the towel, presuming that you all have something like that. And we're going to slide that underneath our sacrum, which is at the base of the spine, kind of the base of the tail and spine. So it's not under that curve, not under that lumbar spine. It's a little bit lower, right? Yeah, and so now the hips are lifted up slightly, yeah. And just allow yourself to go here, nice supported bridge pose. You can always take another stack and lift a little higher. It's up to you, but I am going to now just suggest, and you don't have to, that we take the legs up towards the sky. Yeah, look, my legs are not locked straight. The feet are a little bit separated, the knees are soft, really just allowing that sensation to connect the blood moving through our legs. This is so good for us, moving back into the heart. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more breaths here, or staying as long as it feels right to you. Personally, I could stay here for about 10 minutes, legs either up or legs against the wall, or legs kind of draped over a chair seat or sofa arm. Just take 2 more breaths, and again, you might stay right here. And then as you relax the knees in, bring them down, the feet down onto the earth. Slide that blanket out from underneath you and just let the legs extend long for just about a minute or so. Just take that time before you jump up to allow the body to take in its practice. Take a nice inhale through the nose and then exhale out through the mouth. And just let yourself be here. Let yourself go and just connect to you, to this earth, to your practice. Let your body melt down into the earth. endlessly letting yourself release into the sweetness of your heart, moving from your mind, dropping down in. And you might stay here longer, or you might, again, have your legs still up towards the sky or up on the wall, up to you. Just rolling over, possibly coming up to your seat. Notice how you feel this morning. Sitting nice and tall, bring your hands to your heart center and just bow in. Bow into this space within you, this present moment of here and now. And this beautiful day, that's all we have to do is walk through this day, letting go of the past, letting go of the future, and just being present. Take a nice inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And inhale together for Om. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. I hope you found your way to this class. And be well, be well. Back to a normal schedule this week, so posted that up onto my Facebook and my Instagram. We also have all of these classes are all on YouTube at Millbrook Yoga. Like us on Millbrook Yoga YouTube, and also up on my website, millbrookyoga.com. Thanks. Namaste.